What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TNA Bound for Glory 2014 review. And to be honest about this pay-per-view, it was very different this time. Which, when I came in to look at this pay-per-view, when I heard it was coming in Japan months ago back, and I say probably July or August, I was like, this is a big step for TNA Wrestling. Going to Japan, that's a new move. That's a big move right there. But coming into the pay-per-view, especially being built up to it, there are multiple problems with this pay-per-view. Even before the matches even started. Number one, the matches weren't really even announced till last Thursday, I believe, on Impact. Another problem I have with the show, there was not a lot, all they kept saying was in Japan. There was no hype to it though. Not a lot of matches, nothing being told. No type of, any type of build-up being involved on Impact Wrestling. Another problem is that the World Heavyweight Championship was not on the line tonight. The World Heavyweight Championship on their biggest pay-per-view of the year, which is supposed to be their Super Bowl, their WrestleMania, but you don't have the World Champion fighting on the show. No Bound for Glory series this year. But let me tell you what they did give us. Live from Tokyo, Japan, pretty much Wrestle 1 and TNA in the sorry if I forget the arena sometime, the Kurukan Hall. Kicking it off with Minoru Tanaka versus Manic. Now I will say this was actually good. I don't know a lot of these Japanese guys. I'm gonna be off the back right. I don't know a lot of these Japanese wrestlers, but watching Manic versus Tanaka here and Mike Tenay giving I guess Mike Tenay knows a lot about Japanese wrestling. He knows his history. He knows what he's doing. He knows what is happening here and now, and pretty much gives you a backstory of both Manic and Tanaka. How they have been wrestled many times before, I see. And pretty much put up a good story that Manic has been there since like 18 years old and stuff, and done a lot in Japan before he came to TNA Wrestling at the age of 18, and how much history they have. Now, if they wish they would have built it up so they could actually do something like this, actually make it into something. But I liked the match. The crowd was really with it. A lot of Manic chants I see. Manic is really cheered, but Minoru Tanaka got that flying cross arm breaker on him to win the match. But like I said, the problem with this pay-per-view before, there wasn't a lot of promotion. Nobody didn't promote this pay-per-view enough. Your biggest pay-per-view of the year, and you couldn't even promote it? But I'm going to get near that towards the end. Moving on with the show, they show clips of Team 3D's history in TNA. Pretty much show clips how they went against Road Warrior Animal and Rick Steiner for the Tag Team Championships. EC3 cut a promo talking about Rockstar Spud and how he's in Japan tonight, one calendar year since he debuted last year against North Burnham. And he said he's going to have pretty much his undefeated streak he talked about. And next Wednesday he's found a replacement for Rockstar Spud, and he's going to debut this Wednesday on TNA Impact Wrestling. So we'll see who's that. As EC3 came out there, and he pretty much says he talked about finally somewhere I'm cheering, I guess, someone that respect him. The people were chanting EC3, but then he mocked the fans, saying like, "Me EC3, you fans, and me undefeated," he says. And he talked about that Ham Slam guy, saying Ryan Ham, Ryota Hammer Slammer, Hammer Slammer, Dammer, whatever Bama. As this guy came out dressed as Rikishi almost. He damn near was Rikishi going into EC3. People were really chanting EC3 chants, and I wish they would have gave him somebody else better than this guy. It was pretty much Rikishi, man. I thought it was Rikishi for a minute. He dressed like him. He did the moves like Rikishi, doing those Samoan thing, running across with the hip toss like type of thing. The chest cavity, even this stink face, but after he had the stink face, EC3 kicked him in the nuts and hit the 1% on him for the win. He made most of what he could out of there, so I just don't know why he went against the Japanese Rikishi tonight. MVP cut a promo, which I felt was a little bit shooting away. Why would he turn out a multi-million-dollar company to come to Japan? Because he said he wanted a challenge. He wasn't like all these sports entertainers in that other company, but he thought he was a professional wrestler. And he talked about wrestlers that he looked up to, people that really big, like Misanaka, Great Muta, Kawada, what's his name? Chono, men pretty much a strike fear in the hearts of people, he says. And he's pretty much up here in Japan. He's made a name for himself in Japan. MVP has been in Japan before, people. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Look him up. He's won gold here before in Japan. So MVP is very familiar of the Japanese style wrestling because he loves the challenge. He loves Japanese style wrestling. That's why he is a professional wrestler. In that he says sports entertainment place he calls. And he said he didn't care who his opponent was because he wasn't going to be impressed. As MVP went against Kaza Sakamoto, which Sakamoto was the manager for Tenzai. And I thought it was funny throughout the match because they were chanting, "Where is Tenzai?" And I thought it was kind of funny when he did that. And watching this whole match, it's pretty good. Watching MVP work in Japan is much different from his work in TNA. He actually puts out a better match in Japan than he does in TNA. Especially for pay-per-view quality, and he went against Sakamoto here. And pretty much he said he wasn't going to take the part, and likely, Sakamoto almost beat MVP. I've never even seen Sakamoto, actually wrestle till now, other than being attacked by Tenzai all the time. And I thought it was funny because the crowd kept chanting, "Where is Tenzai?" And the TNA guys were getting a lot of chants tonight, I'll say that. People were really liking the TNA guys, even though that arena was kind of small anyway. MVP was able to hit pretty much figure the one, the drive back kick or Yakuza kick. So MVP got the win up there. Samoa Joe against Low-Ki versus Taz Hayashi for the X Division title. What I gotta say, I really enjoyed this match. Hell of a match right here between all three guys. Pretty much non-stop action. Pretty much spots are going like crazy everywhere. Jumping out of the ring. Pretty much fucking crazy ass kicks. Pretty much a great match. And Joe was able to retain the title pretty much in the Kakeda clutch on he pretty much hit the Kakeda clutch on Low-Ki, winning the match. And pretty much after the match, Jeremy Borash got in the ring and he said pretty much something in Japanese, and he thanked the fans. This is one of his favorite places to wrestle, he says. And he says that TNA and Wrestle One, this is going to be it's going to start a wrestling revolution. He says, "I am Samoa Joe, and I am professional wrestling." And I must say, the crowd was also pretty much awesome for, they were chanting "This is awesome" for this match. They were a great crowd tonight. Pretty much a lot of holy shit chants, everything. It was pretty much good. Pretty much I gave the Japanese guys a spot also tonight. Andy Wu and Hio del Pantera versus Karucho Ikenjiro and Yusuke Kadama. Which one of these guys wrestled in a jacket. Pretty much was a lot of shit the X Division would do these guys. These guys were pretty much like the X Division, flipping all over the place, doing crazy moves and spots. But it was actually good. Sure, it was a little comedy here and there, but it was actually pretty much a good match, and they really were going nuts out there like the X Division. Even though the announcer, I don't think, took it seriously, but it was good, though. They show clips of the TNA Hall of Fame as Tommy Dreamer put them in, and how he respected Team 3 and stuff, and Team 3D pretty much, they showed the induction ceremony, which probably wasn't even that big of an arena, building, I think, where they accepted their Hall of Fame. It's in Japan, so I don't know what they had, but there were wrestlers there also. Team 3D went against Tommy Dreamer and Abyss, which even though it's no disqualification, pretty much they all shook hands, looking for Abyss shaking their hands. And it pretty much went in ECW mode right here, as everybody pretty much attacked each other with weapons, as the crowd pretty much were chanting ECW, 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 and they would say holy shit and everything. Pretty much everybody was hitting weapons with each other all over the place. So that's when they got the table out, I forgot the Japanese tables are really small, so it was really hard putting Tommy Dreamer through that table there, since they wanted the tables and everything. And the crowd pretty much, it's more of a hardcore style match, and there's a lot of holy shit chants also after they did put him through the table, was a lot of holy shit chants, but after that, Abyss will take him down. He got the gold tacks in the ring then, and pretty much Team 3D put him in the tacks, and the crowd went nuts then once he went through there. Tommy Dreamer then tried to hit him with a kendo stick, but after that, they pretty much did a 3D on Dreamer and won the match. And pretty much after that, they got on the mic and talking about this is one of the places to fight that is in Tokyo, Japan. That they love this business, they've been in the tag team this long, and they're still one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling today. But it's also kind of odd, somebody told me, like, we're all good friends here, and I inducted you in Hall of Fame, but we gotta beat the shit out of each other with weapons tonight. Abyss was the only one that didn't really shake their hands and actually showed some type of tension, but it's hard when you actually have Dreamer and Team 3. They're all, alright, we're all cool, but we're gonna beat the fuck out of each other with weapons tonight. So if you're into the whole ECW mode type of thing right there, the crowd was really hot for that. Havoc went against Velvet Sky for the TNA Knockouts title. Wasn't much to say about this match. Pretty much a bad finish. I didn't even know Velvet Sky tapped out to the bear hug. I didn't even notice it until they showed the replay. Like, did she just tap out? And they said she tapped out then. It was alright. It was Velvet Sky's first time competing in Japan, so it was alright. And then coming into the main event, James Storm and the Great Sonata versus the Great Muta and Tajiri, as Storm came out, so I took one of your guys and now he's on my side, which the match itself was kind of crazy in a way. If you want to see a lot of mist being spit out of nowhere, this is your match. So yeah, it was pretty much crazy out there in that match. It was actually good. It was getting, like, you know, Sonata and Tajiri out there. Even when Muta hit the ring, I didn't know Muta's been wrestling for over 30 years once they said that, and well, it's the 30th anniversary. So the match itself was really good. It pretty much came with the Tajiri and Great Muta spitting in the mist in Sonata's face, and then after that, Tajiri had that Japanese buzzsaw kick. And then Muta hit the Shining Wizard and then won the match then. But then after that, Storm was pissed and he super kicked to Jerry, started beating out Muta and called out Manic, but they started choking him with a cowbell. But then Team 3D came out then and pretty much started beating up Storm and Manic. And Muta pretty much hit the mist in Storm's face, and then they hit the 3D on James Storm, and pretty much they all stood in the ring together and pretty much stood tall at the end of the show. But I don't know, if you ask me tonight, the TNA guys will get more chance, even if you were heel in that. The TNA guys pretty much got more, you know, chance in a way. They pretty much got cheered. Most of the Japanese guys, I guess they've seen them so many times, they don't get a chance to see the TNA guys that much. You know, they're chanting, "Let's go Cowboy," even though Storm's supposed to be heel and everything. But I don't know. Watching this pay-per-view, did it feel like it was supposed to be their biggest pay-per-view of the year? It's supposed to feel like that, but it didn't feel like that in a way. And that's my problem with it. This pay-per-view for Bound for Glory. I would say, if you like Japanese wrestling that much, this is your pay-per-view then. Or Team 3, or Muta, or multiple guys. But when they showed those clips of who's coming Japan and everything, I'm one of those guys in the video package like, where's Jeff Hardy? Where's Austin Aries? Where's Mr. Anderson? Where's Bobby Lashley? Where's your World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley? Hell, where are the Tag Team Champions, the Wolves? If you ask me now, they should have saved that Full Metal Mayhem match for tonight. That would have blew off the roof off the place pretty much then last Wednesday. They should have saved that match for then. I'm just very skeptical on this pay-per-view. Like, I come in, I want to like it, but when I looked at the card, it's like I didn't really care then. Like, this is like sink or fail right here for TNA. Like, you don't have the world title on the line. And this thing, it's not even on the pay-per-view. It's like I said like many times right now. Your biggest show of the year. And the main event, we get Sonata and Storm versus Muta and Tajiri. I guess that was an alright main event, and the crowd was really hot. The crowd was hot. I can't take that away from the crowd. But did enough people see this pay-per-view? Do I recommend going back to look at this? It almost felt like one of those one-night-only pay-per-views with TNA go against Japan, pretty much. It almost felt like one of the one-night-only pay-per-views. I was like, cause where the hell is Bobby Roode tonight? There was some good matches. I'm not gonna take that away. The matches were really good. Most of them, pretty much. It was watchable, and I could watch it. But it's just coming into this, you feel like this is your biggest pay-per-view. This small of a crowd. Going to Japan was a very big step, but it was a pass or fail. Now there's going to be some live reactions to the show later on posted, so watch out for that. But it's just, my opinions are very mixed on this whole TNA Bound for Glory thing. I don't know what they have planned for this Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how many people, if they enjoyed the pay-per-view later on in that. It's just, did it really feel like the biggest thing they had? I just felt like since there was no world title on the line, it wasn't even a lot of hype. There wasn't a lot of build. The only build-up that felt like was really there was the whole Storm and Muta thing. That actually was a feud. But was anything else ever a feud leading up to anything? Was something built up? There was enough promotion for it. They never told when the matches would come in. Because for a pay-per-view that's supposed to be very big, you didn't really talk a lot about it pretty much before the last 5 days of the pay-per-view. That was the problem with it. And it is good to hear Mike Tenay's knowledge of Japanese wrestling, though. It makes you kind of learn some things right there. Even from Taz, who's not trying to be funny. But, I'm going to end this review, TNA Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory 2014. So once again, you know it's me, the HOOD, come here at the news and reviews. You know I am, you know what I do with the show, here I go, with the flow, you know the story. This is TNA Bound for Glory. Stay intact, this is Impact, keeping it good, infecting your computer with spam, and pretty much we were live tonight in a different spot of Tokyo, Japan. So, live reacts to be posted up. Really tell me what you thought about this pay-per-view, because this is a very critical pay-per-view, and it's supposed to be their biggest one of the year. So tell me, people, what did you really think of TNA Impact Wrestling, pretty much, Bound for Glory 2014? Do you think it delivered? Did it actually put on a good work rate thing? Was it promoted enough? Do you have problems with it? I've already said my problems from that, like the World Heavyweight Champion not even being on the show. Or not enough promotion and everything. That's what I think. I did enjoy most of matches I did like. I will say that. So, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And, I'm out.